Thanks. Morning. So I'm starting with an apology, unfortunately. For those of you that were expecting the charismatic leader that is John Roberts, I'm afraid I have a confession to make. I'm not John Roberts. He has unfortunately been called elsewhere, and he's asked me to pass on his sincere apologies for not being able to do this. But I will do my best to fill his designer trainers and cover the topics that he was planning to talk to you about today. I also don't have any slides, so hopefully that'll help things slightly. In a 20-year-old business that AO is, I'm actually a bit of a veteran. I've been the managing director of AO Logistics for 15 years. I cut my teeth from the age of 18 in food retailing. I first started working for Sainsbury's and then Iceland, and then I became managing director of Expert Logistics. And I met John in 2006, I think he was 12 at the time, and it was clear from that meeting that we shared the same kind of customer-first ethos and passion for wanting to revolutionise the way that white goods were sold and delivered in the UK. And I have been ever present with John over the ensuing 14 years, so hopefully I'm pretty well placed to talk about all things AO. So although I wasn't actually in the pub with John and Alan when they agreed the £1 bet, I know that story very well, and hopefully you do too. John was a kitchen salesman enjoying a Christmas Eve pint with his friend and self-confessed IT geek Alan Latchford in 1999. It was the height of the dot-com boom, and a passionate discussion about the internet turned into an ambitious wager. Alan bet John the princely sum of £1 that he couldn't transform the way that customers would buy white goods by selling them on the internet. Now, never one to shy away from a challenge, John took him on. And they roped in another one of their friends, a guy called John Dutton, and Dutton Roberts Latchford, or DRL as it became known, was born. A little while later, the business started to trade under its name Appliances Online, and in 2013 we changed that name to AO.com. We then IPO'd in 2014. But back then, we were a single category, single country retailer. And here we are in 2020, a multi-category retailer with nationwide logistics operation offering the best two-person delivery and installation service bar none. As well as a business-to-business division, a multimedia function producing best-in-class content, and Europe's most sophisticated white goods recycling plant. And we're also operating in Germany too. AO is now a successful international electricals retailer, world-renowned for our obsession with customers and our drive to think differently to solve customers' problems. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. We call it the AO Way. The AO Way is a set of simple principles of ease and care. We achieve in a day what other PLCs might achieve in months, and we're not afraid to try new things, to test, to learn, and to sometimes fail. We genuinely strive for excellence in everything that we do. We rely on our people, or AOers as we like to call each other, to operate within two broad principles. The first is to treat every customer like they were your gran. And the second is to make decisions that would make your mum proud. These aren't window dressing or marketing slogans. These are the only guidelines we have for every customer-facing AOer, to focus on helping and caring for the people who vote for AO with their credit cards. Treat every customer like your gran and make decisions that would make your mum proud. Don't need mountains of training manuals. Every single person knows what they mean. It gives AOs the freedom to provide individual, authentic and sincere service that no one else can match. So where are we now? Last year, we launched AO Mobile after acquiring Mobile Phones Direct, instantly making AO the largest pure-play retailer of mobile phones in a market that really needs shaking up. We're only just getting started, but we're willing to bet that in a market of stale, confusing offers, customers would welcome an affordable, simple and convenient way of buying mobile phones. So watch this space. Just over 6 months ago, we dived into the house builder market via our AO business. It's a complicated business building houses. The weather is against you, whether it's hot or cold. Paperwork can be slow, and there's twists and turns aplenty. So predicting when you'll be ready for the finishing touches like appliances is very tricky. But guess what? Before AO came along, you had to order them weeks in advance. If the site wasn't ready, tough. You still paid for your failed delivery, and then you had to go through the whole process all over again. And it's been going on for so long that the house builders didn't even realise how bad that level of service was. So last summer, we offered them next-day delivery. If you call us before noon, we'll deliver any product to any building site in the UK at the same price as your previous supplier. It's no wonder that we've already got orders for over 10,000 plots and growing every week. We've also brought that AO disruption to appliance rental. An estimated 5 million households simply do not have enough cash or access to credit to buy an appliance outright. But if you need a washing machine, what can you do? At best, circumstances draw you into a buy-to-own market where there are very high costs or credit, or worse, doorstep lenders. Either way, those that can afford it the least always seem to end up paying the most. And we think that that is simply not fair. So John gave the business a challenge. If we've got access to the world's best appliance manufacturers, a van delivering to every postcode every day, a financial services business offering industry-leading insurance products, plus a recycling arm that creates valuable raw materials from an old appliance, why can't we create an affordable rental proposition? Well, it turns out that we can. And we're already testing it with social housing tenants. A washing machine or a cooker or a fridge for £2 a week. No upfront fee. If it goes wrong, we'll fix it. And if you don't want it anymore, we will come and collect it for free. In my neck of the woods, third-party logistics is growing within our business. I'll return to that a bit later. But if you've got the best two-man delivery proposition in the market, that's pretty valuable. Not just to AO, but to other retailers who need bulky products delivering with care. From mobile to B2B to rental to third-party logistics, we're able to do all of this because of the AO ecosystem. But what is an ecosystem? Put simply, it's about leveraging our assets, scale, and all the stuff that we're good at to make the most out of market opportunities. We are so much more than a retailer. Our future growth will be driven by investment in our proposition, the customer journey, and in storytelling, all underpinned by the right mindset, one of growth and vision. So where do we see the market going? Well, the question is this. In 10 years, will people buy our categories more or less online? Will customers be more or less connected? Will they have more or less devices? We firmly believe it's more. And we also believe they will want more and more services to go with this. It's an amazing opportunity for AO, particularly with our unique ecosystem to take advantage of when it comes to saving customers' problems. Already, over 90% of customer journeys for product discovery begin online. The prize is for us to convert this traffic into sales. Mobile is already king. 60% of transactions on AO.com are already performed on mobile. That was unimaginable 3 or 4 years ago. And now 5G is coming. In just 18 months from now, 5G will be as commonplace as 4G is now. And the volume of data that we consume and the way we manage it in our lives will be unrecognizable from today. So the pace of tech and automation grows faster every day. We're rapidly moving from text to voice-based services, increased connectivity, and the Internet of Things. In e-commerce, all of these present huge opportunities to serve customers better than ever. High-tech, but with a human touch. We are also seeing lucrative collaborative partnerships within sectors to solve problems, not just for our own customers, but for other retailers' customers too. Remember the two-person delivery van in every postcode every day with all the tech and data that goes along with it? Well, that has opened up third-party logistics deals for us with Aldi, Costco, Simba, and the Cotswold Furniture Company, to name but a few. More volume through our logistics means we can expand our network of tranship outbases, getting us closer to more and more customers, and in turn, improving the proposition, reliability, and accuracy of the service that we can provide, not only to AO, but also to our logistics clients. We simply get better with every delivery port on every van. So that's the future. What about 2020? Well, we've only just bid January farewell, and there are 11 months still to play for. And we are only a few days into post-Brexit Britain. And surely I couldn't not mention the B word. Our view, talking to colleagues and customers, is that there's pent-up spend in the market while customers were waiting for certainty. Love it or hate it, we have got that now, quite emphatically, which can only be a good thing, in my view, for retail. After everything you've heard so far, you won't be surprised that 2020 will be another year of customer service obsession for AO. It almost goes out without saying, it is absolutely part of our DNA. We continue to develop our world-leading service from browsing to purchase to delivery. And that's why AO is one of only a handful of retailers globally that achieves a 5-star Trustpilot rating on over 150,000 reviews. Our NPS ratings are also world-class, driven because we want AOers to be exceptional in the moments that matter, and we recognise them when they are. Here's a couple of examples of genuine customer feedback about the deliveries they receive from AO. It's my first time having something delivered and installed by yourselves, and I was impressed with Lance and colleague who attended. They were polite and got the job done. They showed me everything I needed to know about my new cooker. They left my house clean and tidy and took all the rubbish with them. I'm super chuffed and will definitely be ordering from you again. Another one. When you're living on your own, it's extremely important to have suppliers and services that do not take advantage of your vulnerability. I've been struggling to say that word. Should have taken it out. Darren was polite and courteous. He completed his work efficiently and tested the machine. I will certainly be using your service again. Well, can you spot the theme? It's not exactly rocket science. We simply do exactly what we say we're going to do every single time, and we're nice. If you get this right for the customer, they will come back. Delivery drivers probably are the only people that customers get to meet from AO. That last mile of delivery is absolutely crucial, and we're very proud of the culture that we created to deliver a consistent quality service. But that does not happen by accident. It takes a relentless focus, which we apply every day. But delivery is the last stage. It's got to start with first-class, easy customer journey that means taking investments in tech. Everything that we do for customers leads back to tech. The rapidity of technology and the ability of customers to adapt to the speed of change means that we have to stay ahead. So over the coming year and beyond, we're going to be moving from a monolithic platform to a microservices API-driven architecture, which means that we will simply be able to drive more from our data. With more customers shopping on mobile than ever before, personalization is absolutely key. Imagine buying a washing machine on a PC. We could merchandise 20 options on the first screen. On a mobile, we can show you 1 or 2. That means that we need to apply a ton of thought and tech to organize better for customers by understanding who they are and what they're likely to be looking for and why, as soon as they start their journey with us, not later. We're in the early stages of development, but personalization is going to be key in unlocking a simple, efficient purchase journey for individual customers. We're also working on a personal sales assistant, the best and most scalable salesperson that you could ever imagine. It will provide answers intuitively and instantly, directing customers to what they're looking for quickly. We're deploying AI and machine learning to make sure that it only needs teaching once before it's suitable to help customers. It also means that AOers in our contact center can go from answering the same basic questions over and over and over to providing a tailored service for more complex customer needs. It's better for the customer and it's much more fulfilling work for AOers. Personalization and chatbot, or digital sales assistant, working in tandem with real AOers will accelerate our customer service proposition way beyond what we can imagine today. And we'll be starting that work on that this year. Finally, on 2020 priorities comes storytelling. You won't see AO on TV anytime soon. It's just not right for us at the moment. To capture the attention and imagination of customers, We need to tell product stories brilliantly. We need to bring products to life and capture and then convert that huge audience who are searching for product information online. Perhaps the biggest trend of all is sustainability. Customers, of course, want choice and value for money, but are increasingly aware of the impact of their purchases on the environment. This is one of the many reasons why our investment in recycling has proved valuable. We're the only business in the last 10 years to build a new fridge recycling plant. It's a huge differentiator for us. We process 700,000 fridges every year with all the waste, cardboard and polystyrene from our deliveries. Ours is also the only recycling plant in the UK that meets the current regulatory standards. Now, we're an online retailer. No one expects us to do things like this. But we've been investing in it since we bought AO Recycling in 2017, long before the environment became headline news every day. Once we've smashed an appliance into 1-each chunks of metal and plastic, we've created a valuable commodity. But the problem with the plastic is it's mixed polymer. It's really only useful for making plant pots. So in October, we opened a plastic refining plant using mind-blowing science and tech. We're getting the polymer plastic back to 99.7% purity. We are 0.3% away from virgin plastic coming out of old appliances. And imagine how cool it would be if we could turn an old fridge into a brand new washing machine. Now, we're close. And we've got manufacturers lining up to talk to us about this possibility. If you talk about sustainability and circular economy, we do that every day. Next month, we'll be formally launching a white goods collection service in Barking and Dagenham, which has been enabled by my business, AO Logistics. Because caring for the environment also means tackling fly tipping. Now, this was inspired by John's chairmanship of the Onside Youth Zone charity, after they opened one of their fantastic youth zones in Dagenham and Barking. AO partnered with the council to help them solve a white goods fly tipping problem. It makes total business sense, but it's also about doing the right thing. We take our responsibility seriously, and we try to help our customers make a difference. So, back to that £1 bet. Could the internet be used for selling appliances, or not just serving up information? Well, by virtue of the fact that we are stood in a room full of people working in e-commerce, I suggest that the answer is an emphatic yes. One thing is for sure. It is way beyond what Alan and John imagined in that pub 20 years ago. The future of e-commerce will be fueled by improving ease, personalisation, and customer care online. To succeed, we believe that if you treat every customer like your gran and pass the mum test every day, that you will be on the right track. Thank you for listening.